What's going on, guys? Ben here, Enos Tech, and today we're going to be taking a look at the TT eSports GT Comfort gaming chair. Now recently there's been a massive influx of gaming chairs into the market. All manufacturers are trying to get in on the hype right now, so it's no surprise that TT eSports and Thermaltake have jumped aboard the gaming chair train, if you will. These chairs offer a lot of great features, one of which is comfort over prolonged periods of use. Now, a lot of gamers, especially professional gamers, spend a lot of time sitting in front of a computer or a monitor, TV, whatever they sit in front of the game on. And as such, they need something to sit down on. Now, console gamers are normally lucky enough they can have a nice comfy couch or sofa to sit on. Whereas PC gamers, we're a little different. We've got to be propped up at the PC. I know standing desks are getting a lot more popular these days, but for those of you who sit down and game at the PC, you want something comfortable. Now, recently, you used to have to spend out a couple £100 on an ergonomic office type chair, which was great. It does the job and they're great, but they don't really always look as good as we would hope. And that's where the gaming chairs come in. These chairs offer that comfort. They offer the ergonomic sitting environment, if you will. They help with your posture when you sit in them properly. Now, obviously, as you can see, I'm slouched in it a little bit for this video. But when I'm at my computer, I do sit in it properly. They even come with neck and lumbar support pillows, which we'll take a look at in a little bit, to help offer better posture, to help make sure that you are more comfortable over long periods of time, to help make sure that there's the less chance of possible as you hurting yourself over years to come. You may not know it now, but if you sit like this slouched 8 to 10 hours a day for 2 years, even if you're in your early 20s, mid 20s, it may not affect you until you're older. So these types of chairs are definitely something to consider. A lot of them are a bit more expensive. You can go up to anywhere from £300, is 200 to £300, I would say, is generally going to be the range for most gaming chairs, unless you get one that's proper luxurious. But if you don't want to go too crazy, £200 to £300 here in the UK will do. This GT Comfort from TT eSports, currently it's on sale. Well, not on sale, but scans sell it for around £288 and 94 pence or something like that. So call it £300, and it is a good chair. I know you're going to be thinking, oh, that's a lot of money to spend on a chair, but if you spend as much time in your chair at the PC as I do, it's worth it. Not only am I a gamer, but I also work from home a lot. As you can tell, I run my review site, the YouTube channel, so I do spend a lot of time in my chair editing, typing, emails, doing everything. Even working a full-time job, I can still spend at least 5 to 6 hours a day in my chair at my computer. So a lot of time is spent there, and I have found over the years that these chairs do offer great support and comfort and really are worth their money. Now, again, I know they are expensive, but you've really got to sit in one. And I don't mean just sit in one for 5 minutes. Get yourself out to a proper event where you can sit in one for 30 to 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. And I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of these gaming events, you see companies like Overclockers UK and stuff like that, Scan, and all those will have gaming areas set up so you can try games out, but you can also sit in one of these chairs to try that out for yourself as well. So that's definitely something to look into. As said, there's a lot of great functionality in them, so why don't we go ahead and take a closer look at the GT Comfort from TT eSports just to see what exactly it does offer. The GT Comfort features a 5-star aluminum base, which is very sturdy. The caster wheels are 3 inches, so they are big and they're going to glide against pretty much any surface you put them on, whether it be carpet or hard floor. You should be able to move the chair around as you like. Working our way up, we also have a Class 4 gas piston, which is currently encased in a protective plastic holder there, that black circle in the middle. As you can see, part of the piston sticking out of the bottom of the aluminum base. This is going to allow you easy access to lift the chair up and down and adjust the height of it. We also have the Z Support multi-function tilt mechanism with locking system. Now that sounds like a lot, but it is. This system, one lever is going to allow you to adjust the height of the chair up and down with the gas piston. The other one on the other lever, there's one on each side, will allow you to tilt the chair back and forth, and it will also allow you to lock the chair so that it won't tilt. You'll also notice, which is hard to see here, but there is a round knob in the middle of this Z multifunction mechanism here, which turning it either clockwise or anti-clockwise will tighten or loosen up the tilting function, meaning the more you turn it anti-clockwise, I believe it is, the easier it'll be to tilt the chair back, whereas turning it clockwise will make the tilt function a bit more sturdier and a bit harder, so the chair does not rock back as easy. Keeping along and working our way up, we can see the base for the armrest here, and to the left of it is the lever that is going to allow us to adjust the back. Now the adjustable back features a level of 160 degrees, so it almost reclines all the way back, so it's almost straight with the butt of the chair, which will give users comfort. A lot of time, as said, gamers do spend a bit of time in their chairs, and every now and again you may want to relax for a little bit. The armrests, as mentioned, or as we can see, feature a few different buttons which allow them to be raised up and down, and you can even move the part that your arm is going to rest on, either left and right or forwards and backwards, as there are 2 more buttons on the other side that you just can't currently see from this angle. The GT Comfort is designed with faux or fox leather, however you pronounce it, and the foam inside features a 75 kg/M3 density. Now this means that hopefully, even over long periods of time, it should not lose its shape. The shape of the chair should never change, and hopefully the foam should stay just as dense as it always was. Now, I've gone ahead and took the liberty of actually measuring some of the parts of the chair myself to kind of give you guys an idea of how thick everything is and what it features. Now, starting off with the butt, as we are pointed at, it is actually 10 to 12 centimeters thick, somewhere in there. It is kind of hard to measure, and that is going to be right in the middle area, right in the black, right where the camera's focused on. This area is also 30 centimeters wide, and it's 50 centimeters long from front to back, and that will include the pattern in the back that has a little bit of extra padding in the green stitching on it. Working our way up, the lumbar support pillow is somewhere around 6.5 to 7 centimeters thick of cushioning there, as you can see. The back, as you can see here, has that nice pattern on it with the green diamonds on it. Well, the green stitching that makes the black diamonds pop on it, if you will. And I've gone ahead and measured this right on the side, as where you can see the stitching ends on either side. I tried to find the thickest part, and I stuck my ruler in there, and it's around 8 centimeters thick. So that's quite a bit of padding, and as you can see, if you look at it on either side, you can actually see where that middle bit does pop out a little bit and offer a bit of extra support. Now, moving our way up, the neck pillow here features around 10 centimeters of thickness, while the headrest behind it is 7 to 8 centimeters thickness. Now, this is all the foam padding and stuff in there. Again, it's that high density foam, so it shouldn't lose shape, especially in the chair areas of it. And it should provide sturdy yet comfort. Yeah, it's hard to say. I will say that when you first sit in this chair, you sit in it and you're like, wow, it is sturdy. Like, you're looking at all this foam and all this padding and thinking to like kind of just like fall into it like you would a big soft plushy sofa, but you don't. You sit on top of it. The foam is very dense. Though, in saying that, as said, it does still offer great comfort, so don't let that worry you. The density is just going to help the chair last longer, and hopefully it should give you years of comfort without losing any shape at all. Now, as I mentioned, the chair also reclines back, and to do so, you use this lever here. Just pull it up, and as you can see, the chair reclines back into a full 160 degrees. Now, as you can tell, I've got the tilt set a little bit loose on this, so not only did the chair recline back, but it's also tilted back as well. But even so, as you can see, I'm trying my hardest to push it over, and I mean, I can't do it. If I was on a hard floor, I would just roll myself backwards. As you can see, I mean, I know some people get a bit worried when they tilt the chair back, recline the chair back like this, but in the GT Comfort, there is nothing to worry about. It's going to be, if you're sitting in the chair properly before you recline it back, it's going to be extremely hard for it to fall over, to knock it over, for it to recline all the way back and throw you on the floor. Now, in saying that, if you're not sitting in it properly or you're messing about a bit, it may still be possible. So make sure you're being careful when you recline all the way back and not horsing around, and you should be good to go. Alright, so before I give you my final thoughts on the chair, it's time to look at the armrests and the added functionality that they have to offer to the overall experience of the GT Comfort. As said, with the switch on the outside here, if you pull it up towards the top of the thing, the rest here, you can move it up and down, and it does stop in a few different positions. You'll feel it. If it's not quite in position, if you move it, you'll feel it lock into place. And as said, it goes, there's about 3 or 4 good positions that it will lock into place on. You can also, as you can see, you can tilt it to the left or to the right depending on how you want to sit it. Not only that, but you can also move it backwards, or you can even pull it up forwards depending on the length of your arms and how you sit in the chair. And lastly, for the fourth function that it has to offer, you can even move it from side to side just a little bit. So if you're a bit smaller person and you need to pull the armrest in towards you, that's fine. Or if you're a bit bigger person or like to sit a bit wider, a bit more stretched out, then you can even move it out to the side and still place your arm on it. Alright, so that's it. We've had a closer look at the GT Comfort from TT eSports, and overall, I'm actually very impressed with this chair. To be 100% honest with you, when I started taking it out of the box when I got it and started putting it together, I was very surprised at the quality of the chair. Now, it's not trying to say this to be horrible or anything, but generally, when a lot of people think of TT eSports, they think of budget and more affordable peripherals. So I wasn't sure if that was something we were going to see with this chair. Generally, a lot of the times in my own reviewer process, I try not to even look at the price before the product is sent to me, and that comes with all products that get sent to me. Now, sometimes I do see the price, it may be in an email or I might see it online, but a lot of times, and where possible, I try not to look at the price of an item before I receive it, because I like to test it out and get a feel for it before you start trying to say, oh, is it good value for money? I mean, a lot of people are going to see this chair, and I mean, they're going to look at Scan UK and see, oh, it's about £290 or so to purchase one of these chairs. And yes, that is quite a fair bit of money for a chair, but at the end of the day, it's also highly worth it. Now, for that type of money, you are getting a lot of functionality and performance with the GT Comfort from TT eSports. I will say this is probably one of the sturdiest gaming chairs that I've personally sat in, especially one of the most sturdiest that I've reviewed. And in that, I mean, it's got to do with that density of that foam. When you first sit on it, you may think that it's a bit hard, and you're going to be like, oh, this is hard. It's GT Comfort. Oh, what's going on? But don't worry about it. Just sit in it, get used to it, and use it for a few days, and you'll realize that it's not as bad as it seems. Once you get used to it, especially depending on what you're used to sitting on, whether it be a dining room chair or even if you're used to sitting on the couch doing a console game, and it is going to be a bit different. So it takes a little bit of a break-in period to get used to it. Like I said, that first day I sat in there, I kept moving around. I was like, oh, I don't know about this chair. I don't know about it. But now I've had it for about 2.5 weeks or so, and it's great. That sturdiness really gives you that extra comfort and kind of protection, if you will, to make you feel that you're going to have the good posture. You're not going to be hurt. You don't have to worry about the foam sinking in or getting misshaped or any of that stuff. It's really quite nice. And again, especially if you're a bigger person, unlike myself. I know I'm not that big. I'm quite short as well. It'll be nice to know that the stair is sturdy and it's going to hold you. It's going to take care of you, because that's what you want, especially if you're spending this much money on a chair. At the end of the day, all the functions it offers, and tilting and reclining back, and the armrest going side to side, forwards and backwards, all that stuff's great. But if what you're sitting on isn't comfortable or isn't sturdy, and the chair doesn't make you feel good when you're sitting in it, it doesn't help with your posture, then it's pretty much worthless. And that's not the case with the GT Comfort. It's going to give you that extra bit of added posture. It's going to be comfortable for them prolonged gaming sessions. I mean, I've sat in it for a good, I would say at the most one time, it was probably roughly around 7 hours. Now, obviously, I did get up and get drinks and go to the bathroom and whatnot, but it was pretty much almost a solid 7 hours straight that I sat in the chair working one day, and there was no discomfort at all. It was great. It did the thing. When I got up, I went outside, went for a walk. I felt great. Like, you know what I'm saying? My legs didn't hurt. My back didn't hurt. Everything was nice. And that's not always the case with some gaming chairs. So yes, pretty much in conclusion, yes, this chair does come in at around £290 here in the UK. However, it does offer good value for money as far as gaming chairs are concerned. And the performance it has to offer, if you will, is top notch. I'm going to go ahead and give this our must-have award here, as you can see, with my horrible video editing skills, as I do highly recommend this gaming chair. If you are in the market for a new gaming chair, the TT eSports GT Comfort is definitely worth checking out. Massive thanks to TT eSports for sending this chair in for review, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and please stay tuned in the future for more content.